It's like they're taking us right. Nigeria should wake up. Nigeria, wake up your slumber. Nigeria be divided under this democracy. This not democracy. This autocracy. Time. You are telling me that compulsory must vote. Are they okay? They are still then defecting to one party system. Are you not surprised? Senators are receiving huge money. You cannot see anything doing with the money. Corruption everywhere. One party system collecting bribe. You are telling the citizens it's compulsory they must vote. In America, how many people vote in America? When you're voting, it's not big count. When the system are being bastardized. I give you an example. Look at the jam they just took. What happened to the jam? Some part were stopped not to participate.
No, they participated, but they failed. The system failed.
The system failed. Are you sure the system is not going to fail us? Don't forget, they promised us that 2023 as the result is going to be transmitted. But at the end, what? They say technicality happened. So it's like they're taking us right. Nigeria should wake up. Nigeria, wake up your slumber. Nigeria be divided under this democracy. This not democracy. This autocracy. So for me, National Assembly, they should work them out. They do nothing there. They don't know what they are doing in that place. I think for me, Nigeria should wake up. Why? Nigeria is not united. They are succeeding dividing Nigeria. Under military, we are okay. Nigeria was united to speak one voice and remove Abacha and remove Babangida.
Some say we are going backward. If you say we should go back to military, to the military regime.
In Burkina Faso, don't you see how the people are rejoicing there?
But because it's working for them, over there doesn't mean it will work for us here.
It can work here. We have good leaders who can make it work. Just because Nigeria be divided. So for me, Nigeria leaders has failed. They cannot command ordinary fly. Look at Borno. Look at the north. Look what is happening there. Everyday killing. Are they be able to arrest it? No. Southeast, south, everywhere. No light. Nothing you can post. Why are you Nigeria? So for me, those senators, they are shit hole. They don't know what they are doing over there. You see the Senate president looking for woman. You see all of them, they are the same thing, no different. They are trying to cover up. But Nigerians are the fools who are celebrating them. For me, both the president, the ministers, the governors, the senator, House of Rep, councillor, the chairman, or pay. They should pack their load and go home.
Okay, but what's your take as regards President Tinubu? He said he has been invited to the inauguration or the induction of the new Pope in Rome, coming up on I think on Sunday. He said he has been invited, but a lot of Nigerians come and say that there's a lot of insecurity ravaging the country. Farmers can no longer go to farm. You know, the insecurity going on in Nigeria has gotten out of hand, and he's saying he wants to go to Rome for induction. What is your take as regards?
You should go. It's not relevant. You should go. It's not relevant.
The president is not relevant.
You know, who will recognize him there? When you have a number one citizen. When the father perform very well, the father should be praised. When the father fail woefully, the father have failed. So where you have American president, Japan, South Africa, Burkina Faso, can I surprise you? If that Burkina Faso president go there, they will recognize him as our president. When your people celebrate you, God celebrate you. As Tinubu be celebrated in Nigeria, zero. So going there is act of no me. Why don't you send your vice instead of going there? Can simply send a minister.
But you know, it's a global event. Do you not think it's appropriate for
As they will
Tinubu?
not be recognized there, you will not even see it there. It will tell you that he's going to Israel or Italy, where you know now you see in Saudi Arabia or you see in France. So for me, it's not relevant.
It's not relevant.
Going there, not going there, doesn't concern Nigeria. It's a waste of money,
Waste of resources.
waste of resources, and waste of petrol.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, man.
If you don't have this voters card, you must pay 100,000 fine. But let's talk about come out and say that it's our opinion.
Brother, you said 100,000 fine.
Yeah, yes.
There is a comma before the 100,000 fine.
What is the comma?
It is either you pay 100,000 fine or you go to jail. It is that jail that people are hammering on. Why will you send a citizen to jail because he refused to vote? So you can go ahead with your question.
Okay, so does Nigeria vote count during the election? Because we see what happened during the last, presidential, even governorship election in different states. What's your take as regards?
All right, thank you very much for this beautiful question. Number one, who is behind this bill that they are about to pass? I don't know if they passed it, but they are about to pass. Who is behind it? Yes, the House of Rep. I watched the news. So many like I think some people, members of House of Rep, refused, and some concurred to the bill. And for those people that refuse, they have their reason for refusing, and those that concur to it have their reason to concur to it. Now, number one thing I would say is they said every Nigeria must vote. Every Nigerian youth from age 18 upward must vote. Fine, yes, they are right with that. They are right with that. So my advice to Nigerian youth is kindly go and get your voters card. That is it. Very important, because we are the one that will vote the right person in, and we are the one that will vote out those that must be voted. Now come to the charges that was being attached to those people that refuse to vote, or those people that refuse to get their PVC. This is it, 100,000 fine. Why will you tell us to pay 100,000 fine because we refuse to vote? And they didn't stop there. They said, or you go to jail, 6 months jail. Why? What is happening? So they have turned it to a crime, because it is someone that venture into crime that eventually go to jail. Now they are not turning your ability of not voting. They are not turning it into crime. That you did not vote, you go to jail or you pay 100,000. I won't say they are right and I won't say they are wrong. But the question is, are we the one that decide the president, the government, the local government chairman of this country? We are not the one. Even before they pass this bill, we have been voting. Does our vote count? No. Capital no. Our vote does not count. Now, is it now that they are implementing 100,000 or you go to jail that our vote will now count? Or why are they implementing 100,000 or you go to jail? Is it for the vote to count or for their selfish interest? I don't understand that angle. So my question to them is, does our vote count in this country? The answer to me is no, our vote does not. Because after the voting, after pressing it, after putting everything in accordance in the Lagos vote, Osun vote, Ekiti vote, at the end of all the votes, they will still do their final result. They will do their final result. Now, let me just venture into this local government chairman vote that they did recently. So from sources, it was being told that it didn't even cause chaos in Lagos State. It caused chaos in Lagos State after the whole result has been accumulated, and they have wanted to unveil who won that particular local government. A list was being sent from above. I don't know where the list came from. The reason why the list was being sent is that inside that list is the person that person from above chose as the local government chairman. Imagine, after the sacrifice, after staying in the sun just to vote, at the end those results were being cancelled and a list was brought that this list is what they should follow. This is not the first time it has been happening. It has been happening before, just that it hasn't been physical. But now they did it. It was physical. People fought. People did not agree with it. But even if we did not agree, What can we do? What can we do? They have the final say. So going back to 100,000 or you go to jail, they are wrong in that area. But where their right is, let every youth go and get their PVC and vote. If I can decide not to vote, does that mean that I am not a citizen of Nigeria? Or does that mean that I am not supporting the government of this country? Because the reason why I decided not to vote is because the vote will be manipulated. It will be manipulated. Remember what is happening in APC, Labour Party and PDP recently. People are moving from one party to another. I don't even want to say from one party to another. People are defecting from PDP, Labour Party, SDP down to APC.
Are they doing it for themselves or for the masses? Are they doing it for
my brother Oshiomhole said something back then. He said, if you come to PDC, you are automatically free. What is that? If you come to AP, you are automatically. That is, if you are owing any debt and you find yourself in APC, those debts will be cleared. Those debts will be cleared. What is the meaning of that? And I believe that those people that are defecting to APC, something is bringing them to APC, which is not from their will. It is not a willingly action. It is a forceful action. That was the reason why Jonathan said that they have been manipulated. They have been manipulated, that this current government, they want to turn this country to one party, one state party, like they want to turn it to just one party state. They want one particular party to be ruling all the states in this country, which cannot be true. I like what our ex-president said, who happens to be the Ebele Jonathan. He disagreed. Totally disagreed. You understand? He said all these people that are moving is due to manipulation. It's due to manipulation. I think 2 days after he released that news, someone, I think, was it Delta State Governor? I think he also defected to, yes, he defected to APC. He said it was a willing action, that there's nothing like manipulation. So to me, this bill that they just passed recently is a no bill. No bill. No bill. Thank you very much.
Okay, and lastly, President Tinubu has come out said that what he has been invited for the inauguration of the Pope, of the new Pope. What is your take as you guys? A lot of Nigerians come and say that should he be going when a lot of insecurity is ravaging Nigeria, or should he send a representative? Now, why is he going, to such an occasion? Will he be relevant when he goes? So why will he be going there? So what's the take as
sir, my brother, this is it. Remember 2 weeks ago when the Pope died?
Yeah.
That's Pope Francis, the one that was there before. When the man died, Akpabio and this woman Bianca, they went there. You understand? People stood up and say, what did they went there to do? Especially VDM stood up and they criticized that guy, that what he's saying is rubbish. You understand? But this guy, there is sense in what he is saying. You understand? Now I think our president, the same thing happens now. He refused to send someone. He wants to go on his own. Why is he going?
It's a global event.
Because it's a global event. You understand? Why did he to face what is happening in this country? Sort everything that is happening in this country. Settle everything that is happening in this country. Define the insecurity, joblessness, unemployment. Why did he to solve all these things before traveling? Recently, something happened in our educational sector. JAMB, Dabaru student results. They couldn't rectify what happened. They later came out and the man came out to unveil the result. He said close to 1,000, close to I think 300 and something thousand people. Results were being withheld. He came out to say that. You understand? Then he himself, after those students came out with their own voice, one voice that no, my result must not be withheld. I know what I did in that result. I cannot be scoring 100. I know what I did. That was when they went back to their server to dictate, and they now later discover that this is from their own ends. The report is from their own ends. This same man, the registrar, Isakoloye, they came out again to beg Nigerian, but after begging, he makes use of a word that people do not like. He said, God, man proposed, God disposed. What is that? Why are you bringing God to your inefficiency? Why are you bringing God to your mistake? You understand? So, before I close, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu invitation to Rome, to Italy, is a no. Fix Nigeria. Put your effort in what he hasn't spoken concerning what happened to the result. He hasn't spoken concerning everything that has been happening in this country. Iron this out. Fix them before you say you want to travel to Rome. Thank you very much.
You see, coming to a forest guide that the government is initiating now, they're supposed to have done it since ever, even from the Jonathan regime. They could have done this forest guide. Because if they've done this forest guide and the forest is guided, I don't see where Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen should have operated. Even Ashwab, even Akura, and this current one in Kwara, Mahadi, Mahmuda, all of them are operating from the forest. And if you watch, Nigeria is a wide versatile land which have thick forests. Like without forest guide, individual cannot go to the forest to guide it. And if there's forest guide, farmers will not be killing in their farmland. If there's forest guide, headmen cannot be wandering. Kidnappers cannot be kidnapping. Because when they kidnap, they run into forest. But if there's forest guide, kidnapper cannot kidnap and run into forest. You understand what I'm saying? But this forest guide, if you watch all over the world, everybody do have forest guide. But if Nigeria own will be sincere now, that Mr. President want to start it, if it will be sincere, if it's not a deceit under the guide of pretense of forest guide, if it's not the way to allow Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram to still occupy the forest, you understand? If the forest guard will be the indigenous people of that state, indigenous people of that local government, indigenous people of that town, indigenous people of that community. If it will be the people that in this way, it's okay. But if to make it like a federal character or like a youth corps where you bring people together, you recruit people, when you recruit them, then you deploy them to every state, from east to west, from north to from west to east, from east to north, from north to east. You just dispatch them. It will be very dangerous because it will enable all these killers, these terrorists, these herdsmen. It will enable repeated Boko Haram. It will enable bandits to still occupy forests. Because they may recruit from north, all these bandits from north, and send them to east or west. In the name of forest guard, they start killing. In the name of forest guard. Or they will go in there, occupy the forest, understand the trend of the forest before they will march down to north. Because if you watch it now, Ruga have failed, Waterway have failed, Cattle Colony have failed, Cattle Ranch have failed, hunters have failed. Now they may try to use this forest guide in disguise and to push these killers down to south and the remaining part of Middle Belt to wipe up it. And they will say it's constitutional. Federal government, the president have signed it. The government have approved it. Well, the restructure Nigeria did not to say no. Vice President said, restructuring on my foot. That's quench. And if this forest guard will not be another way to bring Igbo boys out to join, for them to buy them. Because if we watch, Igbo boys have refused to join Nigerian army, even Nigerian police, Nigerian armed forces, Igbo people, Igbo youth have refused to join. Maybe this will be another poly to bring them out. There, it's not that you are not going anywhere. It's a forest guard. They will recruit them. They will give them one pump action. In the next 3-4 months, they will decide them and take them to north and set them up with Boko Haram to buy them. If it not be like that, then the forest guard will be good. You understand? If it will be really to checkmate the vendors, to checkmate the vendor Boko Haram, to checkmate the herders and the Fulani Muslim jihadists, if the way to checkmate them, then forest guard is fine. Look at it. Amateku is part of the forest guard. Amateku is part of the forest guard. And if you want, little that Amateku have do, they are tried. And if what Amateku is not on the road, they are not on a checking point. They are not arresting people for civil offences. They are only guarding the forest against the vendors, against the herders. And because of Amateku was there, Nnamdi was able to establish Eastern Security Network. And if you watch Eastern Security Network, since they were formed for the little one they operate, they are not in town. They never attack any army checkpoint as army checkpoint full all over their land. Eastern Security was never one they come to attack army checkpoint. The time we had the killing here and it was unknown gunmen, not Eastern Security Network. They only the forest, guarding forest, doing everything now. But still, federal government tag them terrorists. When they did not embarrass anybody, they only the forest. Still, federal government went to the forest, Nigerian troops went to the forest, they look for them to kill them. They did not come to town. They never want to abuse government. They never want them to put in politics, Nigerian politics. The only forest guide. Now, this if Tinubu is assigning forest guard now, if Nnamdi is right to raise ESN, the 5 states in the west are right to raise up Amateku. You understand what I'm saying? But look at it, in the north, the rest is gone. Who is going destroying people's shop? You are selling this, you are selling that. That one is not offense. That one is not a division. That one is one Nigeria. Have you see what I'm telling you? So let this forest guide be a reality of forest guide, not destruction in disguise.
But do you not think just like what happened in Borno State where Boko Haram used drone, to burn vehicles of Nigerian military. We even saw Nigerian military had to run for their day life. Even some are even crying that they are no longer interested in the Nigerian military. Do you think with this will reduce the level of insecurity there in the northern part?
This is, as I said, this is part of it. That people are refusing to join Nigerian army now. And Nigerian army themselves, the remaining ones are tired. Because how can the government say you recruit army to protect the nation and you allow bandits, you allow Boko Haram to be using drone against the army, and the army don't get the drone. Where you will see army operating fully with the fighter jet is in east, but in the Maiduguri and north they cannot operate. Is that one Nigeria? Is that Nigerian army? This is what people are running, and because people are running, the remaining really Nigerian army are killing by these bandits, are killing by the Boko Haram. Therefore, the remaining ones try to run away. Because of it, they're trying to again to introduce forest guide, so that people will come in the name of forest guide, and then we help them to push them to Borno or other area that the bandits have taken over. Have you seen? Because of shortage in security system, security personnel of Nigeria that lead to this forest guide. Shortage of Nigerian security personnel, that is what lead to this forest guide, so that they help people to come up.
But Fanika has come out to say that Nigeria that Tinubu should tackle the people sponsoring this Boko Haram. He said there are people that are sponsoring them, that they should trace the account of these people, trace the account of how they get funds and stuff like that. Do you think that the federal government will be looking into this, or do you think that the Nigerian government are not just serious? Because we know that there was one time that Saudi Arabia listed those that sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria, but Buhari government didn't do anything. Do you not think the Nigerian government should be tracking those on how money are being given to these Boko Haram bandits?
If you look at it, it seems that the people that are sponsoring Boko Haram or bandits or Fulani herdsmen, they do not hide. I think Nanti Allah was there. Nanti Allah, Nigerian Cattle Beef Association, business people, they are there, and they're in the corridor of power. The traditional rulers are in corridor of power. Who are sponsoring them? Top politicians are in corridor of power. Who are sponsoring them? The top military personnel are in the corridor of power. Who are sponsoring them? Therefore, when I'm talking of federal government to arrest them, federal government to trace them, it's not only Tinubu. These people, this group of people I mentioned to you are part of the